Well, hello, guys, and welcome to what was called the Up to 11 podcast. It's now called DME podcast. It's called Dan Music Entertainment. Dan's Music Entertainment. It's a play on words from like the band called DMAs and the music magazine called the NME. And I like it. Um, I actually Googled what the NME actually stood for, and I think it was called New Musical Express. News Musical Express, I think it was actually, which I thought Express, bit of a weird name, because actually, no, come to think of it, it's not a weird name at all, because I've just realised there's, where I come from, you've got the Express and Star, which is a newspaper. Anyway, but originally I wanted Turn Up to 11, but I saw that there was a lot of other podcast names with exactly the same name as Turn Up to 11 or so. But I wanted to use it for a bit, so I used it for 11 episodes, as I did. Technically 12 with the intro. This is not an intro episode to the DME podcast. This is a concert review of my last gig of the year from last night on Tuesday, the 17th of December, Slipknot at the Co-op Live Arena. And I am feeling nasally as buggery. My mum and dad have been unwell. I think, no, that can't be true, because that was like nearly a month ago when I was ill. I think my dad caught something from somewhere and then gave it my mom. And when my mom was starting to feel a bit groggy, I was like, I'm starting to feel a bit meh as well. So hopefully I'm not going to be coughing, because we've been coughing a lot. There's definitely something going round. My dad is just coming out of it. I'm fine. I went to work and yeah, I was well enough to do the work on like that other Sunday night. That's other Sunday shift I had to do. I think just 2 days after the Cortinas gig, I was dead, near enough. My last gig was Sam Fender at the First Direct Arena in Leeds, and that was a beautiful show, and I can't wait to go see him next year. So this is my first ever Slipknot show I've ever been to, of their own show, and I'm. It was a great show. I originally had 2 tickets for, I think, block 304, which is like up in the nosebleeds. I think I was on like second, third row. To be fair, on the end, so I had aisle seating. My best mate couldn't go because of work, and so I went on my own. But I was like, well, I'm gonna see if I can get a standing ticket. So I put these tickets on sale separately. Luckily they sold, I think, like with a week to go, 6 days to go. I was like, cracking. Okay, let me see if I can get a standing ticket. And there were a few going on the resale, but they were like the packaged ones. So they were like 300 quid. And I was like, okay, maybe not then. So I was like, well, I'll try and get a ticket that's closer to the stage, because if I'm going to a gig, I'd rather have a good view, like a really good view, than not at all. So I don't mind paying that little bit extra just to have a good angle of the show. I'm not about okay, yeah, I mean some people are like, I'm just glad I'm here for the experience, but I'd hate to be, I think Wembley Stadium, I'd hate to be all the way up on that top level, on the top row, as far away from the stage as possible. Um, and yeah, not about it. So for like a week, I was looking on Ticketmaster, like thinking, oh, where shall I sit? Shall I sit on like, because there were a few seats left for like sort of diagonal across the stage, and I was like, oh, maybe I could be there. And it just depends where the stage is going to be and whatever. So I was like, well, I don't want to be like dead at the side because that's a horrible view. I think I had a semi decent view, um, because where I was like, if I looked over the barrier, you could see the barrier pretty much in line up for the floor, and so yeah, I got a ticket that was on the barrier, like third seat from the end, and it was a good view. I will tell you where I actually sat. I'll get my ticket up. Oh, it won't be available on here, will it? Oh, yeah, there we go. I got section 114, row 14, seat 394. And originally I had section 306, row 2, 136 and 135. Um, so yeah, I immediately got rid of I got rid of those two tickets, and so yeah, I've got my money back, but then I've also just paid an quite a bit more than what I originally paid for the two tickets. I think I'm getting money back. I think I'm getting about 110 quid for the two tickets back, because I think they were originally 60 quid each. I think maybe 70 quid each. I think they were. So yeah, I think I sold them for like 50 quid each, if I remember, like just over 50 quid each. So I'm not even making money on them, which is a bit of a shame, but never mind. There might be a lot of like breaks in between. Like I said, I've got a bit of a cough going on. I'm That was my first cough in 10 minutes, in 8 9 minutes. So hopefully I can crack on. So that's a big one. I'm hoping that's fine. So Club Live is slowly turning into my favourite arena here in the UK. It's slowly becoming it. It's a shame it's not near like the AO Arena. It's close to the main shopping arena at the Arndale Centre. You literally walk out of the arena, you walk about for 4 minutes, and you're in the centre of Manchester, pretty much, where you've got Wagamamas, you've got the Hard Rock Cafe, you've got all sorts of. If you walk into the Arndale Centre, you've got the Nando's there, you've got, what's it called, Slim Chickens. You've got everything there, and that's what's missing from the Co-op Live, in my opinion. I mean, you've got the Mackies just over the way with the Asda, and that's pretty much it. I mean, there's probably a Mackies that's around the corner, um, but that's literally it. Um, the plus side of it, I would say, is the metro is free. I think it is. You can use the metro for free to get into the city. I don't know if it's free elsewhere. Like you can just jump on and yeah, I don't know if it's free like that. But I think I think it goes to Piccadilly and maybe the main or the station where the AO Arena is. So you could park in the city and have drinks and stuff there, and then get on the metro to get to the arena. But yeah, so I got there pretty, I think, just before doors opened. I feel like the Co-op Live should be maybe getting better at this, but I'm part of a Cortinas fan page on Facebook, and there was a lot of fans saying that they missed the DMAs because they weren't getting in time. Maybe that was because of people not. I don't know what, but there was a lot of people complaining that they missed the DMAs, and even I think there was like one that they said they missed. I think 20 minutes of Cortina set because they weren't even in the building. Um, so they might have been able to do something in the meantime since that day, because that was about nearly just over a month ago now. Since that show, actually no, it has been a month. It has been over a month. The 13th or the 14th of November, was it? Thereabouts. And so yeah, I think the cut. Sorry, I'm just trying not to cough, and then when I stop talking, I'm like, oh, I need a cough, but then, but then if I continue with the flow, the coughing doesn't interrupt me, which it did just then. Anyhow, so I got there. I think, yeah, before doors opened, about 25 minutes before doors opened. I was entrance F, which actually first seating at the arena, and I must say they are really nice inside. Um, I haven't seen the top mezzanines, like the levels when you come in. I've only been in that little main foyer at the back of the arena, and I spent about £3.95 on a can of Pepsi Max at the little co-op bit. £3.95 for a can of Pepsi Max. I was a bit thirsty, to be honest, and obviously I wasn't going to spend £8 on a pint, was I? 10 quid on a pint, because I was driving as well. So got into the arena. Well, actually, before I got into the arena, got some merch. I got the blue tea. I was gonna. There was two like types of ones with tour dates on them. One had the Slipknot in the normal colours, and then I can't remember if it's not an album cover, but it's close to an album cover, but it's just them lot in it in a line. What looked like, I could be like imagining this, but it looked like they were in like the Los Angeles River. You know, if you play GTA 5, where, yeah, you know what I mean. That bit, it looked like that bit with the dates on the back with the S symbol in the middle, which I thought was really nice. But the blue one just looked more old school because it looked more faded. So I was like, yeah, I like that one. So I picked that one, and I think the dates on the back looked better than the other one. So yeah, nice tea. I think I'll tell you how much it was. I think it was 35 quid, which is not, if you think about it, for a big band like Slipknot, I don't think that it's that bad. Um, so yeah, I think it was 35 quid. All in all, 40 quid, sorry, should I say. 40 quid. Oh, and I've got a little trick. Hopefully, no one at the Co-op Live is listening in to the podcast. But I got parking for free. It's 25 quid. But obviously, when you purchase your your tickets to park on that car park right next to the arena, they they sort of check, but they don't really read it properly. They'll probably see like Co-op Live, off street parking, or, the little tidbits of the headline, but then they don't read what act and date on the email. So you can literally just purchase one ticket for parking for just a date, just a random date, and you could get on perfectly fine. Um, last to be, it depends also what time you get there, because I paid for parking last time for Cortinas actually, and I don't think, if I can't remember if I said this or not in that podcast. I Because I got there a little bit earlier, just maybe after the not doors, the car park opened. There was no one there to kind of check if I actually purchased a ticket. So the trick is, get there early enough to just drive on, so that no one checks if you've purchased a parking ticket, and or if you've purchased a ticket before and you want to save yourself 25 quid, you could just drive on and pretend that it's, scroll on your phone, show them that you're an email for the park, that very parking, and you'd get on, make sure they don't see who the artist is or what the date is. He literally told me to scroll up, and I scrolled up, and I was like, oh no, he's gonna know that I haven't. It's gonna be not the actual one I need. But no, he just went. I was like, oh my god. He said, yeah, cracking. Just follow the road round, and I was like, great. So I'll probably, if I'm going there next time, I'll probably buy, because to be honest, it's Christmas time, so I'm really skint. So I was like, well, if they're not going to check, because that's the whole reason why I didn't purchase a ticket for the car park, because I was like, well, if they're not checking when I end, because I think they did when I first was at that arena for the Killers actually, um, in the summer. I think they did check it then. But after that, they didn't bother checking. So I was like, well, if they're not going to check, I won't purchase the ticket. Simple as. Why should you? You know what I mean? It's like when you get on a train. You can. I don't know if you can do it now, but when I didn't have a license, and me and my mate Ewan would go to Birmingham, to Insomnia, we would always used to take the train to Insomnia, the gaming festival. It's gone to the dumps since Game sold it or they bought it. I can't remember if they bought it or sold it. But anyway, we would get a train ticket on the train line. Same as if we were going to Birmingham as well, to the Bullring, you know. And it was like, yeah, it's 20 quid. You know, pay the 20 quid now on the train line app, and then if no one checks, then you can literally biff it. Well, if you haven't any, because at Stafford here, you don't really scan the ticket to get onto the platform. That might have changed actually, but because I haven't been on a train in ages. But you don't scan it at Penkridge, which is where we would sometimes get on or off at. And yeah, so we would purchase the ticket or we wouldn't. And then if we got to Birmingham, hang on a minute, we would still need that ticket though, won't we? Because they don't allow you off the platform if you haven't got a ticket in New Street, do they? Or am I imagining things? I don't know. I can't remember now. But yeah, we would immediately like refund it if I remember. Sorry, that's mine. I'm trying to, because there's a lot of stuff on my chest. So yeah, got in, absolutely fine. Sat down. I was on my own for a while, and I was like, I even checked to see, because there was actually a couple of tickets I wanted to get. Well, I wouldn't say a couple of tickets, but I mean, like, instead of getting the seat that I got, I was thinking about a seat that was like just to the left of me, about 5 seats to the left of me, and a row up, and then another one that was like a block and a bit away. But I was like, well, I prefer this one, even though it's slightly more expensive. I'm like really close, so and I was, and I enjoyed it. So I was checking to see if these tickets around me sold, because I think the 2 end seats were definitely sold, because I was like, oh, the 2 ends are gone before, so I'm going to be sitting next to someone on to the left of me. But there was like 4 or 5 seats on my right that hadn't been sold yet, and I was like, okay, well, hadn't sold when I purchased my ticket, and then I think literally 24 hours before the event, they were still there, and then as I got there, I was like, I'm going to be on my own here by the looks of things. So yeah. But no, some late bloomers, sorry. Uh, some late entrance teas. No. Yeah, late entrance. Yeah, that's the word, isn't it, I'm looking for, isn't it? I can't do English today with with all that stuff that's going on my chest at the moment. Anyway, so let's talk about the show. The show was, well, let's talk about the support first. Uh, Bleed from Within. They are a Scottish heavy metal band, and they've been going for 20 years, and they were good. Um, they're obviously supporting Slipknot for their tour, obviously for the UK tour. I don't know if they supported them for the European legs, for the European shows. But yeah, they've obviously tonight they are performing with Slipknot in Birmingham, and for the both London shows at the O2 this Friday and Saturday. And it looks here that they're supporting Trivium and My Bloody Valentine next year. Speaking of which, actually, I saw that on the Co-op Live website. They're playing both Bullet for My Valentine and Trivium are both playing on the 30th of Jan next year on the Thursday. Wonder if there's actually a few tickets left. 58 quid for general admission, standing tickets. They do have two, GA Pit and GA Pit 2, which you can't click because there isn't any available. That's a shame. Um, Damn. There's a few. Whoa. There's a lot of seats for like the. Holy mother of God. That's a lot of seats at the back there. Still available. When I looked at like the lower bowl, there's only a handful on the lower bowl still available. And around the sides on the upper deck. There's a few resale ones going on, but to be I'd actually like to go see my Bullet for My. Did I say My Bloody Valentine just now? Was I saying something completely different? If I have, I'm sorry. Bullet for My Valentine. Mm. Yeah, Bullet for My Valentine. I would love to go see, but I'm not. I haven't heard of anything of Trivarium, Trivium, or whatever you call them. Trivium. I know they've supported Metallica a few times and stuff, but that's about it. But actually, see how much just a regular ticket is on the end. It's 58 quid for a seated ticket. It's not bad. So yeah. So Bleed from Within. Um, they were good. Um, I recommend if you are a heavy metal fan, these guys were really, really good. They I don't know who they actually reminded me of. Very only slightly, a bit like Parkway Drive, but I would say less heavy than Parkway Drive, and I'd say less guitar riffy as well. We all Parkway Drive love a good bloody guitar riff, don't they? You know what I mean? Da-do, 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 doo-doo. That one. You know what I mean? So yeah, I was banging my head away to them. I thought they were pretty good. And then I think it was at the time when I think that the row I was sitting on filled up. I think it was. Um, yeah, I'll tell you where they're from. They're from Glasgow, from Scotland. Sorry. from 2005 to now, with a few past members. So the genres are metalcore, melodic death metal. I've probably butchered whatever that was. Groove metal. Apparently they did deathcore, which was their earlier stuff. And when the guy was talking, I was like, "Oh, he's from Glasgow." I recognise a Glaswegian accent anywhere. So yeah, they are coming to the UK on their own headline shows next October, I think they said. If you are in Manchester, they play at the Ritz, the O2 Ritz. If you fancy going to go see them, I think they're really good. I don't think I mean, I'd have to listen to them a little bit more, but I think that I definitely probably will listen to them now and then, but not massively. But yeah. So yeah, that was From Within. I don't know if I remember. I don't know if there was any merch of theirs on the merch bit, because I got merch on the outside because I was entrance F and there's literally like a thing right there before you enter the thing, and I was like, I may as well just wait. And to be fair, I don't think there was any merch on the inside, so glad excuse me. So I was happy there wasn't. So, and they did play a new tune, um, which that new tune comes out on the 4th of April with the new album called Zenith. So grab it. And of course, they're doing a collector's bundle, 2 records and a CD for 76 quid. Damn. Or yeah, just get the £138 for those 3 things, and then a choice. You can choose a t-shirt, a heavy garment, and a jacket. Oh, you can excuse me. You can add the CD if you wanted to. So you get 3 pieces of clothing with. Oh, hang on a minute. You can select the long sleeve and the normal tee, eh? Well. Excuse me. I mean, yeah, it's one way to buy the merch in it. Oh, I'm getting a block nose now as well, which is great. So let's get on to Slipknot. Now, when I first heard that they were coming, I was like, yes, 25th anniversary show, you know. So I was like, right, they're going to be playing everything, you know, 2, 3 songs from every album, or you know, maybe a full album in its entirety, and the latter was correct. Um, they played their self-titled debut album in full. Depends which version you have. I mean, if you got the deluxe edition, then yeah, they didn't play. They didn't play all of it. And I've just realised, yeah, they didn't play all of it. Hang on a minute. Look, 15 songs. Oh, yeah, they did play it all. Did they play it all? Let me have a look. The intro. It counts as one on the. Yeah, okay. So yeah, yeah. Sorry, yeah, they did play it all. Oh Jesus, I am trying not. Oh crap! Oh, I just realised I booked to go do my repair my phone. There's a crack on it. I was trying to put my phone in my back pocket at work, and I thought it was in. So I thought it was in the pocket. I thought it was, in the lips. So I just dropped it and it slides in. Yeah, it fell face first, screen first on the hard floor at work, and I was like, it made like a nice sound, like when you try and make that clapping sound, when you try and do like a dap, a shake of the hand with someone. It was like that, but really loud, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, that sounds grim, but at the same time, kind of awesome. And I was like, yeah, that's not gonna be cracked because that's fell like face first. It hasn't gone like sideways. You could tell, but it did. It cracked. So cracking. Eh, so I'm gonna have to put apply one to cancel my reservation because I did book a reservation for 2:30 today in Birmingham to get it fixed. But I've just realised I have no money. So I'll have to wait till next month to get fixed. There you go. Which I think it was £395 is what. You may as well get a brand new phone for that, but I'm still within contract with Apple, so I've only had this phone for about over a year. Well, and yeah, what I do is I buy the phone outright with Apple. Well, no, I don't. Sorry. So initially, when I took over my mum and dad paying for my phone. Obviously, they would pay a contract for me. But then when I overtook the payments on that years ago, obviously I was just upgrading every 2 years to the next big phone. And then 3 years ago, I decided the amount of money that the phone companies charge you for the device and your SIM are astronomical. So I decided Apple do like a trade-in thing. So you could trade in the old device and get money off your other one and still have a contract. So you're paying like a sim deal type thing for your phone. So I'm paying roughly just over 50 quid for my phone. Um I think close to 60 odd. If I went and got the new iPhone now for the next 2 years, I'd have to pay, well, if I'm still within the contract, I probably wouldn't have to pay a one-off payment, but I might have to be fair, because they with the phone and the device and everything. But I would then have to like pay £90 a month for the device and the SIM. And that's with a one-off payment of 60 quid as well. If you were a new customer, you know what I mean? So save yourself the 30, close to 30 quid a month and just get a SIM only deal and get the phone directly from Apple. Because at the end of every 2 years, you may as well get a new device and get money for your old one, and that then gets money off the new device, because you may as well. I think this is £34 a month, and this is the Pro Max version from not this year but the 2023 model. The iPhone 15, I think. 15 Pro Max, I think, isn't it? Or is it the 14 Pro? I can't remember. You can't keep track of them. Yeah, the 15 Pro Max. Excuse me. So yeah, but the crack isn't so bad, so I might just wait until I can afford to go get it fixed. But yeah. Anyway, sorry for the detour. I had got the a message to a reminder to say you've got an appointment at the Genesis bar, and never mind. Anyway, so they played 14 tracks from the self-titled album, the whole album. Obviously, Sick, Eyeless, Wait and Bleed, Get This, Eeyore, Tattered and Torn was a Sid Wilson remix, as always. Technically, that's a song, isn't it? Tattered and Torn. That technically counts as a song. Yeah. So, actually, they actually didn't play. Which one did they not play? They did not play Diluted. They didn't play Diluted. Oh no, I don't want it full screen. I'm just comparing, because on the set list, obviously, the numbered track, like the intro track on the album, is a like taped thing, and it doesn't count as the first song. Sick counts as the first track. Obviously, Surfacing and Spit It Out are played later on in the set, because they're on track 5 and 6 on the album. Tattered and Torn are 7th on the track listing. Yeah, so Diluted. I'm so dyslexic, it is unreal. Diluted. Oh, I've just realised. Purity counts as a bloody Iowa tune, not a Slipknot track. I'm pretty sure Purity counts as a... Yeah. Oh, actually, I swear it was an Iowa song. Never mind. This song is about a girl in a box. This song is called Purity. Sorry, I had to do that. I don't know why. So yeah. Yeah, Purity is on the deluxe version of the self-titled album. It's quite it wasn't released on the original because, yeah, because of reasons. Um, I can't remember what they were, but yeah, I think you can pretty much um, get what they mean. Excuse me. Why does it keep switching over to my iPad? My mouse. It's hella annoying. I'm trying. I'm like, where, sometimes I'm like, where the hell's my mouse gone? And I realised it's switching over to my iPad. It's so annoying. Anyway, so me inside, liberate, purity, prosthetics, no life, only one. Spit it out, surfacing, and scissors. Scissors. I hope they play that more often because that is like a banger. Excuse me. Sorry. I think they could play that as like a middle ground, maybe, or like a main set closer, then jump into like the encore, you know. But yeah, I was hoping that they were gonna do obviously when I saw the set list for the first show of this 25th anniversary tour, I thought, oh, you know, I think an hour and 10, 50 minute set they were on for, you know. And I was like, well, that's a bit meh, isn't it? So I was like, I'm pretty sure they obviously, first album, fine, you know, I don't mind that, but then put, you know, like one from every other album on. I mean, you've got what, Iowa, Volume 3, All Hope Is Gone, The Grey Chapter, We Are Not Your Kind, The Story So Far. Hang on, I counted. Hang on a minute. I didn't count properly there, did I? Iowa, Subliminal, All Hope Is Gone, Grey Chapter. Yeah, 6 albums. So, a 20 song set list, you know, which would have been really nice, but hey ho, you can't have everything. He even said, like, Corey said, like, um, if you're just casual Slipknot fan, I'm sorry, but we're only playing songs from the very first album. But I mean, it was a bit of a bummer that they didn't play. Obviously, obviously if it's an anniversary of like, well, in about what, 2 years' time, it will be the 25th anniversary of Iowa, you know. So, mm, oh, that'd be so great if they played Iowa in its entirety. You know, that would be awesome. Left Behind, the Heretic Anthem, My Plague, New Abortion, Metabolic, Skin Ticket, you know. And even, Iowa, literally that 15-minute epic. To be fair, they probably put that on as an intro song, really, because they can do the 13 tracks from Iowa, and then the rest of the 6 albums, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah, 19 tracks, which which would suit a Slipknot gig. 19 tracks. I don't think they've ever played 19 tracks, more than 19 tracks anyway. Um, so yeah. I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised we didn't really get anything for Volume 3 this year, because technically that is the big one. Okay, yeah, 25th anniversary of the first self-titled album. Yeah, I get that. But 20 years since Volume 3, guys. I mean, come on. You know, but hey, never mind. And it's been 10 years since the Grey Chapter, I think, isn't it? Grey Chapter, yeah, 2014, the Grey Chapter. Yeah, 10 years or nothing really. Yeah, nothing special. Anyway, overall, the show was awesome. I, if I'm being honest, I wish I had a standing ticket, but um, they were. I was eyeing up at one of the standing tickets because I think they were pretty cheap at the time, and I was like, I think at the time I was starting to come down with whatever I had. I caught off my dad or my mum, so I thought, nah, I'll just get a seat ticket just in case, because well, I don't want to get worse for Christmas. You know what I mean? I don't want to be bedridden, and I need the money from work. So I don't want to be taking like a day or two off work, especially because they need me. Technically, they need me on board for a lot of things. Anyway, mm, but I would definitely recommend going to see Slipknot. It was my very first show of theirs, and hopefully, obviously, they took us back to 1999. They had the old gear on, the red boiler suits, which I thought was a sick touch. Corey's mask was hella fucking scary. Oh, I just dropped an F bomb. I'm sorry. Um, but other than that, oh, I think at one point I think he was coming on stage, and I was filming it, and I look, I was like, oh, his eyes are red. Oh, that's creepy. In his mask. So yeah, yeah. T- I would totally recommend going to see them, and I could tell by the look at the guys on the in the pits, and in the circle pits, and you could tell they were having fun, and I wanted to be down there so much. Um, but hey, I wasn't really feeling up to doing a standing gig. So last one of the year, 24 shows. I think I've been to this year, 24 shows. And my first one next year isn't till the 18th of March. Or hopefully I can try and swing myself a ticket for Limp Bizkit, which is, I think, before the Wombats, if I'm not mistaken. So, oh, my phone's at 2%. Ooh. So yeah, if you, I was all to be honest, I was having a look at the Birmingham show tonight, but I'm just, to be fair, I haven't been in bed. Um, so I've been too busy trying to make the new cover for the podcast, but I finished it. It took me forever to like get it in that little window to put it on the so it would fit. It took me like an hour or two to do that, and it looks terrible. It really looks terrible. So I'm just gonna have a bog standard one, I think, with a black background with writing and maybe like a symbol or two, like it was before, but something a little bit better, I think. Than yeah. But I'm gonna keep it like that for now, because I think it looks cool, but it just looks blurry as buggery. It's crap. So yeah, they've got 3 more nights. Tonight in Birmingham, and then Friday and Saturday in London at the O2. Yeah, I wonder if you can get any of the merch on on the old. Let's have a look. See, eh? I don't think you can get any of the. Oh no! There was there was a limited. There was limited edition City Specifics merch. Oh, that's a bummer. That is. They've got one for Birmingham on the website. You can probably buy that now. They've got a poster as well of it. You've got the goat, the Manchester one. To be honest, I'm not. Yeah, looks a bit meh. So yeah, I've just realised the T-shirt that I was describing earlier was literally the front cover of the Slipknot album. They weren't on the river. It might have had like a light background than to like the red and black background on the album, but they were in boiler suits with the masks on with the Slipknot logo and with the dates on the back. The Birmingham one is, I think, the better one. I think, but it's a red tee. Yeah, I like that more than yeah. Glasgow one looks decent. Actually, the Glasgow one looks sick. It's a shame they haven't got anything on the back of them. It's just got the 20, 25 years on the back. Oh, no way. You can actually. Oh, the Dortmund one looks sick. Amsterdam, Dortmund, Stuttgart, Leipzig, Zurich, Paris, Leeds. The Leeds one looks half decent. Oh, that's actually. I like that symbol on the back. On the. So it's the S symbol for the Slipknot and then 25 at the top, like on the top, like the top of the spine of the shirt. Ooh, yeah. I I do like that Dortmund one. I think that Dortmund one looks sick. But that's cool. City specific ones. Hmm. Yeah, I might have seen that white one, but yeah, never mind, eh? I'm not gonna buy another one. No, not till the next tour. Um, and if the city specific one I go to is good, I'll get it. And if it has I like a T-shirt that has dates on the back. I don't like a bog standard. if it's just bog standard on it, you know what I mean? It just looks bland as buggery. You know what I mean? That's just me. Anyway, crack a lacking. Anyway, yeah, that's me done for the year. Anything else I was gonna say? I think was I gonna say anything else? I think I was, but I totally forgot. Was it about next year's? So yeah, the 18th of March is when I see the Wombats, and that's the first show. Um, yeah, the first show of next year by the looks of things. But like I said, I'm gonna try and get tickets for Limp Bizkit next year. Oh, your browsing activity has been paused. For God's sake. Ticketmaster are getting worse at this, because if you've been looking at like a certain person's like tickets for like twice, you know, it kicks you out. It's so annoying. You've We've detected unusual behavior on either your network or your browser. Yes, that's me looking at every single date trying to get a bloody ticket. And if you've known that behavior, you would know that's like the normal thing for me to do. I've done it for Yonkies. Anyway, the 13th of March is Limp Bizkit, but I want to try and get a floor ticket for that. That's for the Birmingham show, and the 15th is the Manchester show, and there's no tickets left for that. That's sold out for the AO. I'm not travelling down to Wembley because I'm literally going to Wembley like 2 weeks after that to go see You Me at Six on their last ever show. So, and I ain't going to Glasgow either. Bugger going to Glasgow. So it's either Birmingham or Manchester. And I'm hoping that there'll be a ticket available for standing. I'm going to keep my eye on it over the next few. I'm hoping Birmingham. Hopefully there'll be a Birmingham ticket available. So, but in other words, the first gig for next year is on the 18th of March in Nottingham at the Boating Point Arena. So there's not quite a lot of gigs I'm going to next year. I think there's 10 overall I'm going to see. Wombats, You Me at Six. To be fair, go see them twice. Going to the PlayStation concert, that like orchestral thing. It should be good. Don't really know what to say. My mate bought him, so I drag him along to my gig. So he's dragging me along to his. Why the hell not? So, and then two Busted versus McFly gigs, Linkin Park, Iron Maiden, Sam Fender, Coldplay, Parkway Drive, The Offspring. Anyone else am I missing? Anyone else? That's 12 currently. Anyone else am I missing? Anyone else? Yeah. Anyone else? Oh, Guns N' Roses. Oh, and Catfish and the Bottlemen. Damn. So 14 gigs next year. Damn. Technically 12. Busted him versus McFly and You Me at Six are technically 2 gigs, aren't they? What, 1 gig? Even though I've seen them twice. So I'm going to try and beat the record of 24 gigs next year. Fingers crossed. Hopefully, Limp Bizkit will be added to the list. Fingers crossed. And I think McFly and Busted are doing separate summer shows, so I might try to get tickets for them. Well, yes. Anyway, so yeah, the Co-op Live is slowly becoming a great arena to go to. The only issue is getting out the car park. It takes you a good 10-15 minutes to get out. Depends if you like really getting out on time, really, you know. Um, but hey ho. So I think that's everything I have. Let's rate the show, eh? So arena, everything went off without any problems. So 10 out of 10 for the arena. Um, obviously price is an issue, but unfortunately there's things that are beyond our control, their control. Sorry. Um, support were good. I'd give them maybe an 8 out of 10. Yeah, I mean, I like a bit of heavy metal now and then, and a bit of metalcore. But yeah, I'm not really all for it. You know what I mean? I'd rather listen to hard rock, heavy metal. You know, none of the screamer stuff. But I mean, well, I'd go to a Slipknot gig. You know what I mean? But it's Slipknot. You know what I mean? And there's a few other bands that do screaming like that. I'd love to go see. You know, so like Bullet for My Valentine, Parkway Drive, for instance. You know, so yeah. um, Slipknot, I would give them because the show wasn't long at all. I think it was. Um, hang on, let me have a look. What time I rung my best Bezzy. I rang him at 22:46. I was in the car then. Oh, oh, actually, no. The first time I rang you in was 22:35, and that was when I was in the car. So the guys came on stage, I think, just after 9 o'clock, 9:05, something like that. And then I'd say it took me about maybe just over 5, close to maybe 10 minutes to get out of the arena to me car. So yeah, an hour and 15, 20 mins. Yeah. So it could have been longer, in my opinion. It felt rushed. I mean, if they were gonna, what they should have done, if they were just playing the whole first album, they could have done like a few other things. Because obviously on the first album, I mean, you've got demos and stuff, haven't you? You've got unreleased tracks on some, on some of them. So, but sometimes, yeah. Oh, it's on that bloody. I tell you what, it's got a mind of its own. This mouse has sometimes switches over to one bloody thing to the next. Anyway, I got home just fine. I took a bit of a detour, to be fair, but yeah. Um, went to the Asda. Took me forever to get into Manchester, to be honest, because of obviously it was tea time traffic. Um, but I had a good night, and to be honest, I'd definitely love to relive it all over again. But I'm completely knackered. So I'm not going to the Birmingham gig. And plus, I'm actually skint. So, yeah. uh, so this actually is the last, even though this is the very first, the so a brand new series, the first episode. This is the last show for the last podcast for a while. Um, Hopefully in the new year, I'll have some topics we can actually speak about. Um, there was a lot that was going on this year. To be fair, I might just try see if I can get like a massive list of all the biggest headlines of the year and make a little podcast about it. Maybe I don't know. But if not, it'll just be the weekly thing. I'll try and do a weekly. As I've said, I want to do a weekly news roundup of all the big music stories, music news. So enjoy your Christmas and have a happy New Year. Um, for those guys that don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. And in the words of Corey Taylor, I'm trying to think. All out life.